Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and today we're going to get working on one of my oldest bonsais. It's an old Jade. It's about 7 years old from a nursery stock. It was green and bushy, and I refined it back over the years. And now I've just noticed that it hasn't been growing really at all. And there's some white speckles on the leaves, and the pot's looking a mess. So what I want to do is get in there, clean up the pot, repot it, get it some nice soil, and see if we can't get it growing aggressively again after I prune it back. So pruning, repotting, cleaning the pot, all that, if Stella lets me get it done. That's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, so see what I'm talking about with the pot. I'm assuming that this is debris that I could scrub off and it's not actual paint chipping. The feet are all in good condition and it's still got a nice shine to the pot because it's always been indoors, so I think that'll clean up nice. You see I got a nice little elephant figure in there. It's usually facing the right direction, which I believe is north, but don't quote me on that. I always look again after it gets moved, so I just never remember. You got the Tree of Life coin in there, so that needs a good scrubbing. But anyways, to the tree. So I want to develop basically a triple trunk, and I did. So it's getting nice and woody. And then it goes up, and there's some pretty decent branching going on up there. I think I might have to take one dominant branch out today. And I'm not seeing it right off the bat, as I pointed out. You know, these things always stick right out to you until you have time to do them. Where was it? I want to say it was right around here. Yeah, okay, so seeing there, that branch right there going straight up the middle, there's like 3 coming off that are nice, and that one just I don't know, it's almost like it's not meant to be there. It has a different color trunk. It's pretty much straight up, it's smooth, everything else is woody. So yeah, I'll be taking that one out. And then we'll kind of go up it and refine the canopy. And then I've got it sitting on top of the pot that has the soil. I'll show you that now. So the soil is like mainly perlite, a little bit of that starter peat moss for the finer roots in the beginning. There's some pumice in there and some remnants of some really nice mixture of lava rock and such. So really about 15 components. Just I didn't want to put it in straight topsoil, and right now that's otherwise all I have available. So perlite and a mixture of other bonsai stone, I guess I would say I'm using. All right, so let's get to it. Get these out of here, and you'll see this is what I did at the office. It just kind of lifted up, and I have absolutely no idea the last time I repotted this. It could be 4 or 5 years maybe. So right off the bat, big foul. Alright, so let me just go in and get that branch out. This is the one that I was talking about. Leave a little bit of room for dieback because these like to scab over, and then you just kind of rub them off. So, yep. I might hang on to this. That could turn, it's got a nice little thick trunk that could turn into a nice little shot glass mame. Shot glass size. I got a little bit of eggs up in here. Okay, maybe that's why she's not growing, but So I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to go around, just kind of nip the tips of all the branches. Take off the top 2 that are developed, and then whatever new is coming in. I'll at least be able to give me a view of what I got going on. A little bit of white speckle on the leaves too. I don't know. Don't you know what it is? Got some areas where I left it longer before for dieback, and then I just never came back to it, so I'm just going to nip some of those. I might want to remove this branch. See how they're kind of coming together? This one really doesn't offer that much, I don't think. Kind of long and leggy. So we're coming out with that too. Really opens it up so you can see that nice divide in there. Every time I think I got them all, I come across one that I nip the tip on, so that's all I'm doing. So I've got 2 right here, boom and boom, both small and parallel. Really, that lower one's not doing much for me, so I'll take that out. Yeah, I mean, I'm always showing off the nice aged stub at the bottom, but when the foliage growing really low like that, you can't see the branching, and really that's come in nicely the past couple of years. So just opening up the canopy a little bit. I don't know about raising it so much. So now what I'm going to do is just twist off some of the old growth. I mean, you can be more careful than this, but these things are really hardy. That's why I got it to start. You know, it was recommended as a beginner. They're a lot of fun to work on. So I have like a deserty, palm, beachy vibe. Probably won't twist off all of these. Maybe some of the newer ones I'll just leave so the tree doesn't go crazy, being that I'm going to repot it as well. really stopped growing in height. So where I thought the branches were going to kind of grow out and away from each other, they stopped growing and just started really filling in with leaves. Excuse me. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go anchor some more wall units to the walls in Stella's room that we've converted from Franny's teenage room into Stella's toddler room, because our baby boy is set to arrive end of January, so kind of doing the transition thing. So you see what I mean? I left room for dieback last time, and then it just didn't die back, it just scabbed over. So I'll nip that down now. Best part is watching these things bud out and get all happy and new growth, bright shiny green. Oh, took the whole head off of that one. Like I said, I'm sure there's a gentler way. But anyways, I'm gonna go do those anchor things, and then I'll get this pot scrubbed up and all that, and I'll come back with you and we will finish up this tree. I don't know that I would prune it anymore. Pretty cool. All right, boom, boom.
Not right now, honey. We're just taking her nappy still. You woke up early.
All right, so Stelly's up from her nap. So this took way longer than I thought. What I actually had to do to get all that crunchy stuff off of there was use the sharp edge of my pruning scissors. And I just kind of grated along. At first I was concerned I might scrape away some paint, but I was like, the steel wool didn't work. Any scrubbing device, I soaked it in some hot water and some degreaser dish soap. That didn't work, so I just scraped it and then rubbed it clean, and it's good enough for me. Not perfect, but way better than it was. All right, so let's take a look at this. Grab the chopstick, but I don't even know that it'll get in here. All right, not so bad. I'm sure you could be more gentle than this, but Stella just got up, and so that means she's going to be assisting shortly, so I'd like to get through the soil portion. Although she woke up to fresh brownies from my wife, so she's distracted, just watching. Huh. You gonna be a little bonsai artist? Not like me, actual one. She has successfully in her first 2 years gotten us to either have all plants and trees hanging or in a room that she has no access to. She's one of those crazy climbing kids. Alright, cool. So I got this metal screen in here, and I'll just pull the roots out of that thing and reuse it. That's nice. Didn't rust or anything. I didn't so diligently clean these because it was just the base and they sit down in the soil. And this is just a dull coin. Anyways, so focusing on what's important. It's just like a knot here. Yeah, it's just pretty flat and radial, you know. Got a few surface roots I'm going to remove. See these ones growing up here. You see them, Stelly? Yeah. Alright. So really not a lot of roots at all. I probably ripped a bunch of tiny fine ones when I was raking, but whatever. Dunk dunk, yeah. Dunkin' dunk dunk. She calls the brownies dunk dunk because she sticks like her whole forearm into the cup of milk. Oat milk. She doesn't like whole milk. Does not like the cow's milk. Eats cheese, but prefers oat milk like Mama does. I prefer local whole milk in my coffee. I've been doing mushroom coffees and probably drinking way too much of them, but they're delicious. And then I'm sure when the baby comes, I'll need even more. Or I'll just choose to have more. Use that as an excuse. Alright, so just removing these little roots that are kind of growing up. I don't think they serve a purpose. Weird down here. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's perfectly flat, I guess. I'm just not used to that. So, it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So I'll just nip the tips here. Oh, alright. Got her pruned, got the roots cleaned up. Gonna get this stuff cleaned up. This thing's great. And this is why you have all different tropicals, subtropicals, succulents, everything. Because right now everything else is going to sleep or asleep already and you can't really work on it. So it's when you get to the ones that are very low maintenance through the year while you're focusing on all the other stuff. This is if you're new to bonsai. If you're one of my broskies and broskas, then you know just to ignore me because I ramble. Alright, so the mixture I talked about earlier. Am I in the shot here? Yeah. Do a little base layer in there just to cover that screen. See, it's nice light mix. See that, Stella? Alright, so I liked that going forward. Probably get to sit up a little more. Just do a little mound maybe under the middle. Yep, that'll work. This thing was indestructible before, but I may have to wire it to the pot. And that would be really cool if I didn't have to repot it for another 4 or 5 years, because it's my least favorite part of the process. I love germinating from seed. I love pruning. I don't like potting, repotting, working with roots, any of that. It's equal parts bad luck, and it's just not the parts that I like. I love pruning and watching stuff bud back out. That's like top of the list right there. Those are crunchy, huh, Stella? Yeah. Alright. Meld it up a little more. Boom, boom. Smush it down a little more. Get the statue back in there.
1, 2, 3.
Nope, don't like that at all. Gotta turn it. About now. Yeah, cool. I want you to be able to look in like it's a palm. Come in, watch it divide, and then see each of the 3 trunks individually there. So I had it a little bit to the point where this one was right front and center growing at the viewer. So, alright, that's why I opened it up, was to do that.
Up. Up.
Well done.
Alright, cool. I'm going to get this watered in, and then we'll take a look at it all finished up. Alright, y'all, so that's going to do it for today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I'm excited to get that back up in the office, looking all shined up and pruned up. Definitely one of my favorite trees, one of my oldest trees. If you're just starting out, highly recommend grabbing a Jade. So I'm Jared Paul, and from my family to yours, cheers.